Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode on the Financial Madness. My name is Kozan and I'm here to teach you ways on how to be better with your money. Albert Einstein once said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it will earn it, he who doesn't pays it. So what the hell is compound interest? In this episode, that's what we're going to find out. To understand compound interest, let's compare it to another type of interest, simple interest. Simple interest is calculated on the interest earned on the principal amount or the amount that you initially put into the account. Let's just go straight into the example because let's face it, that's how we learn things. So I don't know about you, but there's a lot of calculators on Google, but I really recommend Calculate stuff just because it's quite clear and simple and it actually looks quite nice. A lot of Calculate is quite dull. I don't know if that's just me that looks for that sort of stuff, but I'm sure I'm not alone. So let's take a really basic example. So let's put £500 into an account and we earn an interest rate of 5%, and the start date is today, which is the 24th, and let's see how much we get after 5 years. And let's just have a look. But this website breaks it down quite nicely. So after 5 years, your investment will be worth £625. 500 of that would be our initial deposit, which was £500, and £125 of interest. If we go down a bit more, we can see what it looks like year on year. So year one, we earn £25. That brings our total to £525. Year two, we earn another 25. That gives us to £550. So after 5 years, we get to £125 of interest, and that gives us £625 overall in our bank account. Not too shabby. Cool. So now let's go on to compound interest and see how this differs. So I'm going to throw another quote at you. It's from one of the founding fathers of the USA, Benjamin Franklin, said this, which I think sums up compound interest quite good. He says, "Money makes money, and the money that money makes money too." Try say that 5 times faster.
Money that makes money makes money makes.
No. So what does compound interest mean? So the compound interest is calculated on the principal or the amount you deposit plus any interest that you have earned so far. Now again, let's go straight into an example with this one. So on the same website, Calculate Stuff, they've also got a really cool website to calculate compound interest. So keeping with the same example as our simple interest rate calculator, we put £500 into our bank account, and we earn 5% of interest, and we'll change this to a year just to keep consistency with the other one. And then we want to calculate this over 5 years. So we hit calculate. So again, it breaks it down quite nicely for us below. So after 5 years, our account is now worth £638.14. Again, £500 of that is made up of our initial deposit, but now our interest is £138.14. Comparing that to our simple interest, we earned £125. So that's a difference of almost just over £13 after 5 years. And I know what you're thinking, it doesn't sound much, right? But bear with me, I'm getting somewhere. So let's look at the yearly breakdown. So we can see in our first year, we earn exactly as we did with the simple interest rate calculator, and we only earn £25 because at this point we haven't earned any interest because it's only been our first year. Year two, however, we earned £26.25 in interest. So unlike the simple interest rate calculator where we calculated on our initial deposit every year, which was £500, the compound interest takes the previous year's balance and then calculates the 5% interest on that. So 5% of last year's balance which was £525 now, because remember we're adding the £25 that we earned in year one, the interest is now £26.25. Bringing us to a total of £551.25. Again, year three, we do 5% of £551.25. That brings us another increment in our interest, which brings it to £27.56, which then again brings our total to £578.81. So you can see that the interest rate continues to grow ever so slightly over time. Now this growth gets larger and larger as time goes on. As we can see here, the difference in the growth was £1.25. However, after year 5, this is a difference of £30.39, take away £28.94, which is £1.45. So that's 20p extra in growth, and that's only going to continue to grow. So again, this the difference becomes more obvious as time goes by, and obviously by how much money you put in. So let's stick with the same amount, 5% interest, but let's do this after 40 years, because maybe I'm saving for my retirement. Let's calculate this in our compound interest calculator. And I'll do the same for the simple interest rate calculator. So again, keeping with the £500 amount, but this year we're looking for a 40 years term. So on this simple interest rate calculator, we continue to earn £25 every year. So at the end of 40 years, so the year 2059, I now have £1,500 in my bank account. Comparing this to the compound interest rate calculator, so that's £3,519.99. That's over 2 times as much as we would have saved from the simple interest rate. And now if we look at the last year's difference in interest, where we do 16762 take away 15964. So now I've earned an extra £8 of interest on that last year compared to our first year, which was only £1.25. And obviously this is a very basic example of the compound interest rate calculator, because typically, for most cases, when you do have a savings account, you do regular deposits. But I just wanted to do a like-for-like comparison of a very simple example, just so you understand what compound interest is and how it works. But I will be branching out in more details in further videos, because this really is one of the key fundamentals that you need to learn. So hopefully now you understand what compound interest is and how it works and how it can earn you a lot of money over time. So that's it for this week's episode. If you found the video really helpful, please drop me a comment and a like. I would really appreciate that. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with my future videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Cool, I'll see you later.